Everyone has made dumb decisions in life, and I would even go on to say that most people have made a series of dumb decisions during their lifetime. Now, if you think about the time frame where you've made the most mistakes or silly mistakes, it's usually between the ages of 18 to 26. And that's because that's the time frame where you're kind of exploring your adulthood. Oftentimes you're in college and you're around other people who are also exploring their adulthood and figuring out who they want to be, what kind of person they want to be, what kind of morals or values they want to have, and what kind of responsibilities they'll be having in the future. Now, if you are the parent of a young adult who is 18 to 26 and you're not sure if they're hanging out with the right people, you're not sure if they're making wild decisions, and most importantly, you're concerned about their health or their well-being, there's a couple of things that I want you to keep in mind. One is that this is a very important time frame for you as a parent to pay attention to. Why? It's because this is the age range where most young adults will get arrested. Now, I know that you're an excellent parent, and I know that you've done the best to raise your kids, but at the end of the day, a lot of the decisions that they make have nothing to do with you or your parenting. It comes down to whether or not they're hanging around the right people. It's really important to know your kids' top 3 friends. This will tell you a lot about who your child is, whether you want to believe it or not. So if you have a kid whose friends are drinking, or you have a kid whose friends are out until 4 a.m., trust me, that is also what your child is doing, whether or not they tell you that that's the case. Secondly, you want to also have an idea of where your young adult or your college student is hanging out. Just a general idea. I know most of the time they're not going to want to tell you their specific locations. If they're in the club, they may not want to share their location with you, but just a general idea of the kinds of places that they go is really going to be critical. If they're always at parties or they are always at social events, then you want to be careful about how long they're at these types of events, because this is simply where a lot of temptations occur and a lot of peer pressure occurs as well. Now, most teens, most college students, they're not going to understand what peer pressure is. This is a concept that you learn when you're in elementary school, middle school, high school. But simple things as, oh, well, it's just a blunt, like you've never smoked a blunt before, just take a hit, right? Or simple things like, oh, well, it's your birthday, take 21 shots on your 21st birthday. Little things like that are things that contribute to peer pressure. And having an idea of where your college student goes or the kinds of events that they like to attend, it'll give you an idea of what to be on alert for to ensure that your kid is safe and engaging in safe activities. And then finally, it's always important to be a listening ear. When you have a kid who is 18 to 26 or in college, they don't want to tell you very much, or they may hide a lot of the things that they're doing. They may need some advice and they don't know where to go. And you are the only person that probably knows your kid better than they know themselves. And if you are somebody that they can trust, they will tell you what they're going through if you can promise that you're not going to judge them, you're not going to ridicule them, and you're not going to punish them for telling you the truth. Now, it doesn't mean that you and your kids are going to be best friends. You can always encourage them to do better or make better decisions in a way that still allows them to feel comfortable with coming to you for information and for advice. So I hope those pointers help you if you are the parent of a college student or a young adult who is continually developing. And if you have a kid who has already gotten arrested and they're going through the criminal process, or they made a silly decision, or they got a DUI, it's okay. Kids can still be rehabilitated. There are still so many options. There are options for sealing your record. There are options for expunging your record. And so you want to make sure that whatever decisions that are being made, if your kid is going through that type of process, you want to make sure that they are able to get an outcome where they can still move forward with a future career without an arrest holding them back or destroying their opportunities for the future. So if you found this information helpful, go ahead and like and follow for more.